everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessie. I do bookish planning and lifestyle content here on YouTube. So today is my 2025 reading journal setup and I'm so excited, so let's dive in. First, this is a Yop&Tom notebook. I've been using it for the last 2 or 3 years. It's in this beautiful leather case that I will be reusing for my next one, and 2023 was great and 2024 was super minimalistic, as you see me flipping through here. I just started to feel the bug around September, but October I got a little bit more, November was great, and I have a few things that I planned for 2025. So let's dive into my new journal. Again, it's a Yop&Tom. This video is not sponsored whatsoever. I just really love their notebooks. So this is an A5 dot grid. It's a vegan leather. They are fantastic. I love them. It's in black or charcoal, I believe, and it's the Moon and Stars one. 160 GSM paper, the elastic clasp, a pocket. And what I very much love about this journal is it has 2 ribbons. I wish they had a charm on one because I use one all the time, but it also comes with a thank you note. And this is a dot grid guide. Every single notebook you get comes with a dot grid, and it already has everything laid out for you horizontally and vertically. These are just wonderful. It folds in half and I always just tuck it into the back pocket, so I always have it. Again, your regular, this belongs to a few index pages, key, and then at the back it also has a pen swatches situation. And what I also really love is, you can't really see it here, but it has the middles planned out for you. So it has a little tick at the top, bottom, and the sides, and then a little cross in the very center of the page to make it super easy for you. So that is this journal. Let's dive in to actually creating it. Well, as you've seen, the lighting does change in this video. My husband is doing some work on our house, so the lighting is on and off. He had to turn the power off this day, and then the sun is in and out, so I'm sorry for the lighting changes, but I digress. Let's dive in. I'm going to stop talking and just pop in when I need to. Enjoy. We are throwing on an audiobook. I chose Malice, the Faith in the Fallen readathon. It's Becca from Becca in the Book's next read-along series, and so I chose this audiobook. I am enjoying it thoroughly at the moment. Who knows later on, but right now I can vouch for it. You can see we are starting on this page here, and I actually completely got this page ready, but I didn't want to set it up first. So you'll see I actually lay everything out and design these pages, but I actually go back to the very first introduction page and make that my planner cover page, and then I come back to this one to complete it. The collage cottagecore vibe is what I'm going for this year in this setup, and trying something new. I very much, again, just really loved this setup. It was calming to create. It was such a joy to get back into creativity, and a big reason why I stopped doing these videos was because we did a pretty big renovation, a completely overhaul of my office room where I would normally film these things and have these things organized, but they were all packed away. It took a little bit longer than what we thought it was going to, and we're still not fully in there as we're now redoing our bedrooms. But yeah, I decided with the new year coming, I'd really like to get at least a few stationery things out of storage so I could do this setup and kind of get back into creativity and book spreads and things that I really loved. And now that things are starting to calm down with our son, I've been really craving creativity again. So So this page is done, and we will move back to our other page that we were setting up, and I ended up just sticking everything down onto that page. This was my goals, and I didn't fully know what my goals were going to be at the time of creating this, but I did figure them out and wrote everything in, as you will see in the end, I believe. I went back and added all of the information that I needed to, but I love how this came out. Okay, so next is the index pages, and if you're unsure what the index is, it's when you create a spread, you can write down the page number, as this notebook does have page numbers for future use. We are skipping the rating system page for now, and we are going to move on to the reading stats pages. So this is, again, as the title says, just stats about reading that I want to log or keep track of. We have a reading tracker yearly, so every day that I read, I will color in a box, and across the top is the months, and down the side are all the days of the month. And the yearly stats along the side are the months, and across the top are everything that I kind of want to track number wise. So we have books, as in books completed, physical, ebook, and audio, pages, so the number of pages every month, if I owned them, if I reread any of the books for the month, and how many rereads I did. And then there are 2 blank boxes for other things that I would like to keep track of. Then I again skipped 2 spreads and we moved on to 2 new pages for my journal, and that is Read A to Z Challenge. So every book that goes on this list will be read by a different letter. So I'll read a book starting with A, B, C, and hopefully read one of every single letter of the alphabet. And I did write down the alphabet, but I don't know if I'll keep this or if maybe I'll write it out and just print out page covers for the books. Not 100% sure, but I preemptively put a bunch of letters. And then on the other side is again a new spread, and it is a DNF graveyard. If you did not know, DNF stands for did not finish, and there could be a plethora of reasons why people don't finish books, whether they didn't like it or it didn't, fancy their tastes. But there aren't very many books that I DNF, and I want to get better at doing that, but I still want to log those books. And so I think a DNF graveyard is not my original. I don't know who came up with this concept, so if you do know, please let me know in the comments. I really loved this idea of even if you didn't finish the book, you can still keep a log of the books that you still read but didn't finish. Now we are going back in the book to one of the 2 spreads that we kind of skipped forward on, and this is for Catch Up Book Club again. This is the read along with Becca from Becca and the Books, the Faith Fall Along, and we're reading a bunch of books by John Gwynne, starting with Malice. Just made a grid with the information in the box, and when we've read that book or I have read that book, I'm going to print out the cover and paste it in this spread, or that is my plan anyways. Other side, we just have future releases, so a box for every month of the year, and I'll just write down the book or the author and the day of that month it comes out on. Okay, going back in the journal again, back to this index, my rating system. I have been wanting to use this system for quite some time now, and I just haven't, and that is the Call Pile system by G from over at Book Roast. I don't know why I've never used it. I think it was just a little bit intimidating, but I'm assuming this next year, with being a new parent, will be a little bit crazy, because as everybody says who is a parent, as soon as something becomes normal, your life completely changes again as your baby grows to different stages, and I am definitely finding that. Even though he's still so young, reading has not been a main priority, so I think I'll be reading less books, so the rating system, to get used to it, doesn't seem so intimidating. So how this works is you have 7 different categories and you rate them out of 10 per novel. So Call Pile stands for characters, atmosphere or setting, writing style, plot, intrigue, logic, and relationships, as then enjoyment. You rate them out of 10, you add it up, divide that by 7, and that gives you a star rating. I think it was just just the amount of effort to put into rating a book instead of just going with your gut, but I want to be more of a critical rater of my books, I guess you could say, so I'm excited to try it out at least. And then we have a spread for my 5-star reads. It sounds exactly like that. These are where I will print out book covers of all of my 5-star reads this year. Okay, and the last setup that I am doing is my book goal tracker. I created a bunch of little boxes. As you can see, they are very tedious to make. I numbered them, and this is where I correspond a color to every single month, and I color in the amount of books that I read that month. My goal this year, again, is 140 books. Who knows if I'm going to make that? It is what it is. That's just as many boxes as I could fit nicely on these pages, and I'm okay with it. On the other side, as you can see, I have a little Dutch door moment, and that is where my series tracker is. I originally got this idea from Erin Smith. I don't think this is her original idea by any means. It's not mine, but this is, again, as it sounds, super easy, where I will keeping track of all of the series that I've started and want to continue and finish. I will say though, I don't know where the footage of me setting this up went, but you'll see it in the flip through of the journal. So that is my 2025 reading journal setup. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I am super excited to, like I said earlier, just get back into creativeness and letting my heart soar with collaging and reading and doing all of the things, because these are some really calming self-care ways that I can, again, just get in some self-care. and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm super excited to do my monthly setups or wrap-ups, as my wrap-ups won't be a sit-down video anymore. They will be a journal setup video, so I'm super excited. I hope you all enjoyed it. I will catch you in my next video. Bye.